All right. We should be live. Everything should be working. Hopefully you guys can see everything, hear everything. The music's not too loud in the background. All that good shit that I am required to tell you at the beginning of the stream. We're going to be gathering Noc Ore to continue with our worker empire today. I kind of ran out and I have a ton of the jade, so now I need to get the Noc, and hopefully I can get a lot of money for the sharps. Not sure how much money I'm gonna make, but hopefully it'll be a lot. But we're going to be taking a look at my worker empire, seeing if there's going to be anything to adjust, and making sure I can at least go ahead and get the workers running for at least majority of the week. I'm going to go for at least 2 days worth of Noc. And then I'll probably have to run out and get more if my workers are not able to go ahead and gather enough. Alright, so I should have all of my gear on already. Checkity check. Got my processing stone ready. And we're out here in Kamasylvia. So let me go ahead and buff up. And I guess I will take down these little snakes too while I'm here. It'll be a nice little supplemental income on the side. Hopefully I can get this ginseng today, finally. I doubt it, but we're gonna continue trying. Our main focus is gonna be the Noc, so I guess today I'll have to feed my pets. Like, I guess. We'll go full durability here. Now, where is all of the Noc? I'm looking at the map here, and they told me it was alongside the river, so I'm gonna go down. You have so much Noc, you just haven't processed it down? Fucking lucky. I used up all of mine. Now I have to go out and get more. Oh, and did you guys read the patch notes on the Global Lab about the whole mouse movement? Rejoice, everyone. You can still do your gathering with your mouse movement. You may not do the PvP with it, but at least you still have the choice to go ahead and use your mouse to move for gathering purposes. I know that was a real sore part of the ball because a lot of people thought, you know, Pilgrim's mining was like fucking ruined. All right, I'm gonna have to go further down because those wolves are making it a little bit too difficult. The idea is I'm gonna go down this river and collect all the Noc. From there, I'm going to jump onto the dry land and continue. How much do you think you can get for 1 mil? Depends on your region, but I know over here on NA, it can go for a good amount. Let me show you real fast. All right, so I recommend at least melting it down to the Noc shards because for your 1 mil, you'll get a bonus proc for the ingot, and those two are just going for a lot of money over here on NA at least. Now, looking at the Noc Ore, it's all right. It's not anything to write home about until you start melting it down. That's when you start seeing the money coming back to you. But right now, just pretty much chump change. What's up, Coop? Welcome back. We're out here in Kamasylvia doing our Noc gathering, or at least attempting to. Don't know how well this is going to work out. I'm following a map, and this map is pretty much taking me to, like, water sides and everything, so I'm going to have to change the area that I'm going to try to gather in. Oh yeah, no, I'm out here gathering again. I took a look at my worker empire, and I kind of ran out of the Noc. I got enough materials to at least last me a day or two with the wood and all. It's just my Noc is really struggling. What are you? No, wild herb. I need to find the rocky outcroppings. Alright, hopefully. We'll go ahead and collect some more. Used to melt them for jade crates. Actually, no, it's not a waste. If you take a look at the trade crate calculator, if you go out and mine it yourself, or you have your workers going out and mining both the Noc and the jade, it is pretty much a profit. Let me open up the calculator for me to go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. And let me kill him really fast. Because this dude, annoying as fuck. I didn't mean to aggro him. Alright, let me load up the trade crate calculator and show you what I mean really fast. I used to think a lot of the things was a waste myself until taking a look, and our last time that we were going out there and doing our trade crates, we took a look and realized like, oh, there's a lot of things. Yeah, you should be able to. I'm not really sure if they have drops enabled for all the streams, but if they do, yes, you should be able to. All right. So taking a look at the trade crate calculator really fast. Let's go ahead and do the simple version. We'll do Keplin, or not Keplin. We'll do the usual Valencia to Bucko. Then we'll do Jade. Okay, so now if you're looking at the profits, even if you are, let me go ahead and yeah, so even if you are buying the jade but going out and mining the Noc, you're able to go ahead and make a huge profit. It is 11.9k. Oh wait, no, hold on. 290.6k per crate if you are processing everything down with Master 25 trading and at least 2k processing mastery with your workers with Thrifty A, B, and C for a total of 22%. So, and if you're buying the jade, it is still 11.9k profit. Now, if you are processing down the jade and the Noc, you're looking at 312.2k per crate. So you can see why I said, like, no, it is really a profit. It's just when you're looking at the price on the central market, a lot of times you're like, oh, well, I can make more money if I went ahead and sold all the materials. But taking a look at the calculator, if you have your workers set up properly, that's a lot of money you can go ahead and make. Like, you're not buying any of the materials. So that value on the central market, you can imagine, you know, you're getting the bonus procs on the Noc Ore. So you're, what, sometimes coming out with 10 times the normal profit or value. Well, yeah, but that's if you're buying. You know, you're always looking at the value on the central market. Because my little subs are going ahead and expiring, I'm not going to resub or anything like that. I am taking a look at the, I guess, in-game ways to make money instead of just trying to rely on other players. So taking a look at the calculator, you can see like, okay, well, if I'm going out there and I'm trying to do it all myself, I can trade it in and make way more than I can on the central market. only by doing the self-processing and gathering the materials like I'm out here doing myself. If I can find the knock, all I'm finding is like goddamn snakes. Like you would think, but they're telling me I'm gonna have to jump down in the water, and I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. But you're the crawl. No, no, Pucky go. Why are you getting mad, little weenie? Why are you getting mad? Don't growl. Come on, knock. Great place to go and get weasels, but like, fuck that. Thank you. No. That is with the 2 crystals. And what's up, your mama? How you doing? I finally decided to come out here and start gathering the knock. The one last ore I have to go out there and get, well, I guess besides obsidian, but the other one that I have to take time out of my day to start gathering for is going to be nickel. I know how everyone keeps asking for Noc or nickel rotation. Now I'm trying to go out and find one that'll work out best for me. What about my pets? So you get a red. How do you get the red light? Oh, yeah, pets. Find the special resource. So if I switch over to my life pets, as you can see, go ahead, set them all like that, feed them all, because they have to be fed in order to use their little find special resource. And the faster that they're going, the faster that they'll go ahead and ping something. But you can turn on the specials by right-clicking or left-clicking on the stars here. You can change their speed by right-clicking or left-clicking. You can have them follow or stay. Have them fetching or not fetching. Like if you're doing looting, I don't know why you would turn it on or off, but those are the options that are available to you. I normally run with the durability on to just try to stay out for a little bit longer that I can. Because you want a manual loot. Who fucking manual loots in 2025? Unfortunately, there's like nothing I can really do about that delay. That's not something on my end. For all intents and purposes, I don't have slow mode on. And I don't see my connection like having to reconnect, so I think that's on YouTube's end. But yeah, after sitting there and taking a look at the actual brass, the bronze, I'm restreaming on both, yes. Yeah, we're gonna head over there. I feel as though there's going to be more knock over in Navarne. Yeah, just in case one or the other is not exactly working out on the best side, you know what I mean? Like, you have an option. Yeah, I'm over here checking out all the rocks, and all I got pinging is wild herbs. All right, Alex. Enjoy your flight, man. I gotta find where to get the knock. That's gonna be knock right there. Or not. Okay, you will. And you're not fulfilling the orders or marvelous about like doing the daily oxygen crystals. Oh yeah, no, your mama, I don't have to do that. Like, I got 27 in my inventory right now, and I have over here in the Mountain of Eternal Winter region, I have another 26. Not exactly. Not exactly. I have kind of I have one. So, you know, I'm getting them just not as quickly as I could if I had the worker node over here at Lake Flondor. There's one other one, I think. Where are you? Where are you? Know you're in here somewhere. Loopy, no. Trace of Nature, and nope, the Villadonna. I meant is selling for profit. Oh, if you're doing the fishing contest, yeah, it's a straight profit, but I don't know so much about actually processing it up. You'd have to check to see if it's gonna be worth it. Fuck that alligator. He shouldn't have attacked me. Oh, no, it's alright. Oh, we've been treated to shop. Yeah, I go ahead and I manually gather every node. I have my workers trying to supplement everything on the side, but I often run into the situation of I run through way too many things. What's up, Rema? How you doing? Welcome back. Not sure what we'll call it. Besides Maple Tree, Noc Rock. What do you mean, the Noc Ore? Or the Noc Rock? That's literally what it is, Noc Rock. I'm out here mining Noc Rock for the ore. Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. That's what I'm explaining myself. But, like I said, I use a lot of the materials for the Worker Empire, and I kind of run out of them a lot. Kinda not. Kinda not. You're still out there collecting maple. Whether you want to call it a maple tree or just maple, it's still just like with the worker. You place it on the maple node, you're out there manually collecting maple, just like with Noc. You know, you don't really have to get a... Well, no, I'm using the Noc Ore for Snowfield Jade Crates. Because if you look at the value of the crate, if you're self-making the crate, like I shown with the trade crate calculator, just how much you can make with that. If you want to take a look at the calculator real fast. This is over here self-making it from straight jade and the Noc Ore, like the rough jade and the Noc Ore. Now, even if you go ahead and adjust it to just the jade, where you're buying jade and mining the Noc for this crate right here, the Snowfield Jade Crate, you're still able to make the 290.6k per crate. So, no, I don't grind. I don't grind at all. All the money that I make comes from all of my life skills. I have the gear to go ahead and grind. I just don't find any entertainment from it because I don't get any of the drops. Like, my RNG is so bad that I don't get any of the drops, so I choose to focus all of my time in the actual gathering and making the money like that. Fuck you up, whatever you are. How many hours do I play in game? Do you want the gross amount? Do you want to be like completely fucking grossed out and feel bad for me? I don't log off. The only time I log off is when active play, probably 12 hours, 14 probably, depending on if there's something going on. But yeah, I don't log off, so I stay on. Where are you, knocky knock? Yeah, I don't have that issue, which is why I'm able to go ahead and keep it on and all. Just very rarely do I ever have to turn it off. I'll normally keep it in my system tray. But for the most part, yeah, I keep this shit on all the time. That's why I'll explain to everyone, like, there is no other life skilling game like this, with the ability and the freedom to go ahead and put so many hours in useless activities like mining rock or chopping trees down. Like, I wish there was more of a purpose and more of a, I guess, a incentive instead of just the whole focus on AFK. Yeah, I tried Chrono. Your dog's bad about trying to play your character. AFK mount train. Oh yeah, no, my dog does not like the llamas. My llama pet or the alpaca. Donkeys. Yeah, I tried Chrono. It was if you enjoyed it, I'm glad if you enjoyed it. It's just not something for me. Okay, I really need to put down these guys or I can't do the not gathering. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Oh yeah, thank you for the follow. You're fucking amazing. They're all gonna fucking aggro, and this is where majority of the knock is. This is unfortunate. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to back out of here, even though everything that I need is just legit right here. Wasting the time so that you guys do not have to. Yeah, that's no-go. I'm not gonna stick to mining Noc here. The locals don't appreciate me taking their rocks. I don't understand why, but I mean, I get it. I get it. You know, greedy little fuckers. Every so often. Every so often, when I want to feel a little risk, you know, when I want to live on the edge, I'll jump on the Arsha. I'll do underwater gathering. That's the one I specifically like to do on Arsha. And very, very occasionally will I get my boat pop while I'm under. I think I've had that happen once when I was live. But for the most part, people usually don't hang out there. They're not trying to gun people down underwater. If they see a boat, you know, they'll go ahead and pop it, but you can usually go unaffected. At least for me. I will take you all down just to go ahead and do what I need to do. Thank you. Yeah, no, I don't really get harassed like that. A lot of people aren't really interested in the PvP anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've noticed that running around. I low-key miss it. Like, not even gonna lie to you, I low-key miss just the overall fear of being a life skiller and leaving the safe town. I don't have that fear anymore. It used to be like that, and it used to give me the Eve vibe, you know, don't undock because if you do, you're as good as dead. Now it's like kindergarten. It's like fucking preschool. Yeah, the karma system revamp just fucking killed it. I know there's Noc over. God damn it. All right. You're in my way. Yep, you're in my way. Give me a second. Yeah, there's a few around Oculus Eye. It's just, I need to get in the area where there's legit any here instead of going off and doing my own thing. I have a legit map up for all of the nodes. It's just, they keep taking me off to the water. But yeah, like, legit all of Kamasylvia has Noc. It's just in certain regions of Kama. Like, down more at the south, there's really nothing to gather. But the more you go up towards, like, Fattest and Mantia, over here in this area... No. Me not going in the right location. I went south. I had to stay up north, but I didn't cross the river. I kept going down the road thinking, you know, oh, I can go ahead and jump across and do it like that, but it didn't lead me to what's that called? That one town here in Kama. I forgot what it's called, near Mantia. All right, let's go. Now that we got that out of the way. Oh, yeah, let's get into our gathering again. Oh, yeah, I need my crystals. We'll do straight mastery. Yeah, I don't really care for events like that and all. I already hit my Guru 50. At this point, I'm just out here gathering to cut the cost on all of my actual life skills. Like, no joke, no lie, no bullshit. I'm gonna be doing this free to play. Like, I don't really time my gathering or anything of the such. Hey, John, welcome back. All right, tried more hunting at Narcia with the matchlock, did sniper hunting. How'd you enjoy the sniper hunting? I'm out here gathering Noc Ore for the Worker Empire. Until I get my weight up, I will go ahead and start processing that down. Yeah, I'm not going to pay for the subs or anything. I'm going to let them expire, and that's it. Like, my Secret Book of the Old Moon, gone. 2 days left on my Blessing of Kama, gone. I'm not paying for the $40 USD every month to go ahead and maintain that. That's more dollars than a a normal sub on any type of game that's a price of a normal video game that I can get brand new on Steam. You know, I can get 2 indie games for the price of that. Hell, during the Steam summer sale, that's a whole basket. Like, I am gathering the Noc to make the trade crates. Yeah, the Snowfield Jade. So if you take a quick gander over here at the trade crate calculator, if you are doing the self-making, like self-processing using the rough jade, as you can see, this is the profit. Going with my stats and the worker that I use to go ahead and process down everything. This is my trade crate calculator, how I have it for my character. Just keep that in mind. This is what I'm going to be doing to make my money instead of using the value pack, because I am not going to be selling anything on the market. I'm not going to resub. I'm not going to do any of that. Like, I am, in all intents and purposes, going to be a free-to-play player, and I'm going to make my money using all of the in-game ways that they go ahead and supply for you. Like, if you have your value pack, you know, you can make a lot of money selling everything on the central market. It's just, for me, without the value pack, I'm not going to sit there and wait for the 1 day a month or 1 time a year when they give it out for an event just to go ahead and sell my things. Nah, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to process everything down and still continue to make my money like nothing's ever changed. I mean, yeah, it's unfortunate that I'm not going to have all of the cool fancy buffs and everything that the value pack and blessing and the old book does provide, but I'll get over it. I made sure to go ahead and put enough money into my account to life skill cushily. You know, I can sit there and go out and not have to worry about trying to compete with others and maintaining a certain amount of money and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, even though they give out so many value packs, again, like I said, I'm not going to sit there and wait for it, rely on it, and blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for that. When I play a game, I want to sit down, I want to play, do what I want, and not be tied down by a time limit or a time constraint or anything of the such. It's all for enjoyment, right? That's all you're literally playing a game. Well, you should be just playing a video game for the sheer enjoyment, but, you know. No, don't sell anything on the... Unless you have the value pack, unless you're willing to wait to get one of the free value packs or whatever for a day, don't bother. You're losing 30% of whatever you'd make, regardless, unless you have that value pack. So your best bet is to go ahead, do all of the processing down yourself, and turn that into the trade crates. If you want to take a look, which one are you doing? Plywood and ore. Like, what are the ones that you really struggle on trying to figure out if you want to go and sell it on the central or actually craft it up? Oh, yeah. Sorry. You don't think hunting is for you, but you're glad you gave it a shot, looking for a life skill to keep you busy for like 30 to 60 minutes. That's kind of chill. Have you tried going out there and doing the training? It can be done with any type of clothes, any type of level. All you have to do is get like 2k for the sugar ingredients and your ropes from the stable keep, and you can pretty much active train, capture the horses, sell any of the lower level, and breed all of the level 15s for an extra horse. Maybe, you know, once you start getting leveled up higher, you can start getting your T7s, T8s a lot easier, and you can make money like that. Normally, I can make around, if I'm doing it casually for an hour, usually 700 mil to 800. If I'm sweating a bill, maybe like 1.2. And then you have all of the horses that are being bred every 3 hours. So you also have the extra money and the Lumaloft lamp pieces that you have an attempt to get during the Imperial delivery event. You have a lot of money that you can make during that. You have, like with me, going out and doing your gathering. If you get lucky and proc the 20 buried traces, that is about, what was it, like 1.2 bill that I made in 8 minutes. And that's just casually gathering. I'm not trying to be a sweaty min-maxer. I'm not trying to count the times and silver that I could be making per minute and the seconds and blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just going out, casually gathering, enjoying myself, looking for new places to explore. No, gathering by itself is good money. It is good money. Like, okay, so let me show you for an example real fast. Now, if you're out there gathering the herbs, you have the trace of natures that you can gather, the fruits of nature that you can gather in high amounts, the everlasting herbs. Those are huge, high ticket price items on the central market that you can go ahead and flip. You can even flip those for the elixirs or anything that you're doing with alchemy. You have the black gem fragments and your black gems that you can go out there and find while gathering, which, as you can see, one mil per stone over here on NA at least. Your fairy's breath can be exchanged into the sharps, and the sharps are obviously going for a high amount of money. Just to give you an example of how much you can make on the sharps, say you get 400 sharps, okay? You get the 400 sharps from just your gathering alone, just the gathering. Let's go ahead and sell those to give you an idea. So that's 2.5 bill that you can make on the sharps alone. So now let's take a look at the Caphras that you can go out there and gather for too, okay? So taking a look at the Caphras, say you happen to get, let's do a little rough estimate here before tax or anything like that. Say you happen to get like 200 Caphras, which the ancient dust can go ahead and be converted into the Caphras stone. So you can go out and gather for your Caphras like that and make your money. I mean, obviously you'd have to take out how much the black stones would cost, but you can go ahead and cover that by going out and mob grinding for that too. The mini game that's most chill bang for your buck would probably be the butchering, fluid collecting, and the logging. The lumbering would be the most chill ones. The mining is a little bit, the input is laggy. The input is really laggy, and you have to get it right there on the dot, or it's not going to really count. The gathering, the herb gathering minigame, it's a little annoying having to go through and get them all, or try to remember all of the boxes. And if you don't have a good memory and you're not quick enough to take a picture and look at it like that, like, it could slow you down a lot. Leatherworking, or the skinning, kind of reminds me of the Flappy Bird minigame, or Flappy Bird game. So if you enjoyed that minigame might be something to look into. And gathering the lizard hide is a great money maker. You're able to make like 700 to a bill an hour, depending on how sweaty you get. And that goes for the lizard blood gathering. I don't know so much about the meat. Yeah, see, I'm getting like 20 of the black gem fragments, which off the top of my head is 20 mil for one little gathering attempt. And then if you have alts that can go out and collect your energy tonics and stuff, or be used for the energy, like, that's a lot more money that you can go ahead and get. Like, you can turn those into energy. You can use the energy while out there gathering. Like, don't just sleep on the different type of life skills. Like, yeah, it's not going to make you as much money as with mob grinding if you happen to get extremely lucky with your mob grinding drops. But, you know, if you put the time and effort into it, you should be able to make a decent amount of money. Like, look at me. All of my streams that I've done all week, Yeah, cobras and snake are a great way to make money. The lion meat, a huge money maker. They're going for 34K over here on NA off the top of my head. Before tax. Always before tax. I don't sit there and try to remember anything after tax. I know I should, but it varies, and it's just, yeah, scorps and snakes. Anything Valencia meal related other than the, like, kef, your nutmeg, the star anise, like those type of ingredients that you can go out and herb gather in Valencia won't make you money. But the meats will make you money. The ore will make you money. And going out and gather, like I said, you know, you can make a lot of money just with gathering alone. Yeah, it won't make you as much as mob grinding if you happen to get one of those really good drops, but you know, if any of you guys did any mob grinding, you'd know, yeah, logging like the snowfield, your maple, you got your cedar that you can do. Like, if you chop it down to the plywood, because you have a higher chance of getting the third proc with your logging and your ore, it is just extra profit. So you can imagine you do 10K snowfield logs, you chop it down just to the planks itself, and you have a stack of plywood that you can go ahead and list up. That's extra money, free of cost, nothing, you did nothing for it. And then you can go ahead, and if you're trying to sell the plywood or the planks, you can make money selling that on the central market without having to cut into the cost for the plywood. Any and every type of gathering will make you money. It's just depending on the resource and what you can do with it will determine whether or not the player has a or puts a higher value into it. Like, copper ore is not going to make you a lot of money. The copper ingots will, but only if you get them as a bonus proc. And you went ahead and manually gathered it yourself, obviously. If you're just buying the ore and you're trying to process it, you're not really making a lot of money as you could doing it all manually. T2 sticks for our area. And no, there are no T2 sticks. There are only the normal sticks. Like, are you looking for the wood, or what are you trying to make? The sticks are mainly used for flint and terraforming. Larger storage chests. Okay, so they are asking for T2 sticks. Or are they asking for the rope and the actual plank lengths? You're doing something wrong. Do you have the nodes connected? So when you take a look at your... It might just be normal sticks. Just get the normal sticks, and I have to log in to actually look at the recipe to really see what you mean, but they should just be normal sticks, or last time I checked, because I have the storage chest, the normal wood ones. All right, so if you look at your worker empire over here at Trent, trading these in, I will have to have my Trent connected all the way to Land of the Morning Light. Aha, nails. There you go. The T2 nail, they're just nails. Sorry, there is no T1 nails. But I'd have to have it connected all the way out to Buckpo in order to get the full amount. If you do not have your worker nodes connected, you are losing 75% of the value. You have 5 wagons that you have, but again, you have to have the nodes connected in order to get the value, or you're selling at 75% less than what they're worth. And then also your trade level will determine how much money you can make on the initial trading. Like with my Master 25, I think it's Master 24, sorry. Master 24, I'd make more than, say, you at Artisan or you at Beginner with the bargaining applied. or when the bargaining is applied. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. I was out doing the usual chores and everything, so I wasn't available at my Discord. I had no service. But I do apologize. Yeah, nails. I feel bad. And I did start a hardcore Iron Man character over there on old school RuneScape. Yeah, I have several crate trading guides. If you check up on my my channel, here, let me get you a general one. Get you started with everything. All right. That was the stream for the 12.4 bill on the trade crit. Let's go ahead and show all. Give me 1 second. I'm getting you a link real fast. All right, so we have this one that you can go ahead and take a look at. That'll go ahead and get you started with all of your gear and everything that you really need to know to get started. You can make them in any type of ore workshop. As long as you have the materials in the workshop, you should be able to make it. I'm making mine over here in Trent. These are the ones I'm making. Until I go out and gather the obsidian and the nickel, I'm not going to be able to make the obsidian boxes, but for the most part, I can do the Snowfield Jade box. Yeah, every node has to be connected from point A to point B, or you will lose that value. All right, John? Just try to keep that in mind when going into moving anything over there to Buckbow. Like, especially if the price is more than 2 to 3 mil on the transport, it's telling you you're going to be paying more for the transport cost. You are missing a node or something, and you should go back and just take a look to see which node you're missing. We're getting close to our weight limit. But we got Noc, and that's all that matters. What are you? I don't have the knowledge for you? Really? Huh. Why don't I have the knowledge for any of you little bastards down here? Shows you how much I did mob grinding here. Get out the way, get out the way. Damn, no knowledge? That was a fucking bust. It also doesn't help that I'm running around in my gathering gear. But on my defense, they attacked me first. Alright, this is self-defense. I was really hoping for the knowledge. I was really hoping for it. Alright. we can go ahead and survive more of their attacks than usual, so we're good. Oh, not Mimosa. We don't need Mimosa, we need the Noc. Oops, I double procced a minigame. I hate double procking the stupid minigame. I lose out on that first gathering attempt. They should really do something about that. I'm glad it doesn't really take your energy, but that's still an attempt I could have made money with, you know? I feel like they should really work on unbugging that. I can't get up there. Too short. The usual. Gotta love those shy issues. Yeah, like, they should really think about doing any type of fixing on that, like a little hot fix. At least lock our gathering or something. Lock the chances of getting a minigame while another minigame is active. Small little quality of life change. Nothing real big. Yeah, I don't care about the poacher. To be completely super serial with you, that poacher can continue poaching and doing his thing. That's not my problem. Don't start barking, weenie. That dog does not care about you. Oh yeah, no, you're fine. You are A-okay. I do apologize about the dog barking. Yeah, what do you need to know? What are you looking for? I've gotten two. I've gotten two, but not since the minigame had, or the ginseng had their spawn rate updated. I have not gotten anything. Oh, looky. We have hit our limit. I'm gonna have to process that all down. Theo. Sorry, bud. Yeah, there's a short where I got it mining. But they're so random that I can't even like guarantee you'll ever see one within a year. Or you could be very lucky and get like 3 of them within a fucking week. I've seen someone double proc a millennial ginseng. So the chances of getting one, it's there. It's just for me, not so much. But I'm well aware of this. I know my limitations. Should probably open up those little boxes and see if I get anything. And no, there's really no way to increase the chances, and there's no specific area that you can go to go ahead and get them. They're so fucking random that you can get one randomly just choosing a random rock over there in Velia and mining and getting. You know, they're just that random. I mean, I've been doing gathering usually for 3 to 5 hours straight on stream every day to go ahead and resupply my worker empire, and I have not gotten one, and that's after they updated the rates. So, you know, keep trying. Eventually you'll get one. Maybe, kind of, sort of, hopefully. I'm rooting for you. I will say that I am rooting for you. Yeah, John, what you need to know about gathering? Like, is there any more information? Anything that you're looking for? Any juicy little deets you think you might want to know? I'm an open book. Ask me any questions. I am here to basically help you guys. because I'm over here making my bill a day, you know, just casually playing the game. Chill gathering. You grind for like 3 or 4 hours a day on the weekdays if time permits. Yeah, for chill gathering for your 30 minutes to an hour, like I said, you go out there, do your scorpion, your snake meat, your lizard gathering, your lizard hide. Yeah, like just go out there and gather those. You can do the lion gathering or the hunting. See other easy ones that you can do within like 30 to an hour and still have it be chill and make money. You have the maple sapping, the snowfield lumbering. They use it for cooking. Yeah, they use it for cooking. Waragon, worm, cheetah meat, the dinosaur, lizard. Let me check out what recipe in particular. Lizard meat? What are you used for? All right, so you got the desert dumpling, you have the lizard kebabs, the well-dried jerky you can also make, and they can be exchanged for experience scrolls. But, you know, people make them for the kebabs. I personally don't. I avoid the meat because they're only like 6.8k each. I usually sell the hides, which if you're taking a look, John, the hide, normally the hide alone goes for 28k for the normal T1 hide. Breaking it down for the hard hide, which you also can gather, will give you the, what's that, 28k? Or 47k. And then if you get lucky enough to get the fine hard hide when processing the T1 to the hard hide, you can make the 466k for the fine hard hides. So if you do gathering on your level 49 shot and say place for butcher, or should you butcher on the classic? That's up to you. That's all up to your personal preference. The great thing about Black Desert is there is no limitation on what you can and can't do because someone says you should or shouldn't. You gather on whatever tune you want, whatever level that tune is. It is completely up to you at that point. Full sandbox, end cap, period. No go and pass go. Exactly. It's your game, play like you want. Unless you're trying to replicate a content creator and live his life one for one and all that dumb shit, like, dude, just enjoy your game, man. Enjoy it. Play it how you want. If you want a life skill on a Zerker, bro, by all means, go ahead. Get into your Zerker and like, gather away. Like, it will not change how Billy plays his game over there, and it's not even going to affect the dude that's standing next to you, watching you, trying to figure out why you're gathering on the Zerker. It's the best solo MMO you'll ever play. Be you mad at the tree because they taller than your Zerk? You know, I come up to a fucking Zerker's knee or maybe right under their knee. Let's not talk about height. Let's not talk about fucking height. Oh yeah, mining over there in Pilgrims is a great way. Doing the Noc over here. Oh, I gotta continue processing down my Noc. I kind of went all full YOLO mode and... Whoops. They shorted all parts again. You come up to the Zerker hips? Yeah, no, I come up to a fucking kneecap on a good day when I'm standing on my tippy toes. My shy is kind of like your Valk, like short. I chose the shortest slider, or the shortest option on the slider. Swaps you don't like. I don't swap. I don't do character swapping. Character swapping is for those who enjoy their time. Oh yeah, no, I always wear my shark costume when I'm out there in Fogan Swamp. And I decided to say fuck the shy grinding over there. And I had to resort to going on like my Dosa or my Scholar in order to not swim when I'm in like 2 inches of water, of all things, like really 2 inches of water. And you guys updated it to go ahead and be easier for the shy, like how they made the bridges less transparent when you're running across it. And I don't want to hear anything about, well, you need to update your or adjust your video settings because you shouldn't be falling through the bridge. Or maybe Black Desert should go ahead and, you know, do another update because apparently it was an issue before, and I'm not going crazy when they already had an update addressing that whole issue. But you're right. It's NVIDIA. It's the video card's problem. Desync. You desync off of the solid ground and fall right into the bridge, but everyone claims it's your graphics card. Your internet is not able to load it up and blah blah. You literally desync. You're running too fast on my wagon. My wagon's moving too quick. Like fuck me. Like maybe I should be riding this fucker instead of my Artie or my T10 Doom all around. Like this thing must have fucking rocket boosters on its back for it to go through the goddamn bridge like that. It's going so fast. Oh no, like no, it has nothing to do with the attack. It'd be your movement speed. Or maybe they can fix their desyncing, and you know, if you give the option and the ability to go ahead and do something, you should probably make sure your game can handle the ability and the option to go ahead and do. Just saying, if you're giving it, you should probably be able to support it. Like, here's $1,000, but oh yeah, I don't have the $1,000 to give, so you could have the idea of it. Sorry, what's the best way to get energy? Ecology. You have to kill everything, interact with everything. If you open up your knowledge, if you hit H, like I said, you'd have to go out and kill everything. Interact with everything that you possibly can. It is the easiest way and the best way to go ahead and get all of your knowledge or your energy. Let's see. Next would be your adventure logs. Your adventure logs will go ahead and take you all around. No, there's really not. It tells you where the animals are. Serendia elk, Serendia wolf, Serendia bear. Yeah, basically genocide equals energy. And then you have the adventure log section in there that will take you around to the NPCs. It'll have you interacting with random objects to gain the energy. The game was meant for you to go out, interact with the world, and explore. You know, talk to the NPCs and really get to know the environment around you. Yeah, so there's a lot of different places that you probably didn't know had energy. Like, let me show you a really fast one real quick. Show you a quick one that I can. A lot of players don't really know unless they look up like how to get the ecology or where the specific ecology is on like Google and shit. A lot of players usually just run past things. Grind a bit, wind down with some life skilling. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, no problem. Like I said, you know, I'm here to help you guys out, trying to figure out your way in like your first early days, or, you know, just trying to figure out what you even want to do after you've been doing your mob grinding and you've never done any type of life skilling, you know. I won't sit there and tell you how to min-max and all of that, but I will point you in the direction to be able to get started and at least give you a footing. But yeah, most people, when they play the game, they oftentimes just run past objects and they don't really interact with it. But a lot of times there are a lot of interactable things that you can get energy from just for knowing the knowledge. Like, I think it's you. It might be you that you can interact with that, you know, gives energy. NPCs like that. You have, see over here. You can even interact with the places in the church here. Like, talk to the villagers in here, you know, talk to people that look like they might have a different name or, you know, just anyone. The Black Spirit pay you. Black special fame. Yeah, make him pay you back in the special fame. And I appreciate it, John. I really do. When I first started, there was like only a couple content creators that were really covering life skills. So I was like, oh, I'm a new player. I need like resources and stuff and, you know, something that will help out the newer players. And I started going out and making guides for just that, you know, having to go out, learn more just to go ahead and show more. But yeah, interact with everyone. Like, if you look at their person or whatever, and they have like a circle around them and a little bubble on that circle, they have knowledge there that you can go ahead and talk to them and get. You know, objects have knowledge that you can get, like, you know, things like this. It'll go ahead and, you know, sometimes have knowledge for you. Playing the stupid knowledge game, as annoying as that is. I have an Amity guide too if you're struggling with the whole trying to raise their knowledge to be able to unlock certain things. Trade manager knowledge on trade items with energy. Oh yeah, the useless fucking trade items that they removed from the game. And that's only if you are not playing a Shy. The Shy cannot use the noble costume. Just FYI. The Shy, I think, is always like 15% less Amity gain than every other class in the game. And, like, they didn't even offer an alternative either. So... too big my ass. Like, nah, they could have went ahead and textured it down smaller. Like, nah, that's just being fucking lazy. That's another handicap on the Shy. The one class that you would think would be great for the life skill and the talking and interacting with the NPCs, they were like, denied. Like, oh, you guys are meant to be the great support class and everything for group grinding. 32 bill for your Artina. Snap, snap, make it happen. No, it's unfortunate, but we make do. Make do. You just go and play the Amity game on a different class. For me, I have my Wizard and I think another class. Which one? The Valkyrie. You want them to buff you if they have a PvE buff or hybrid. You want them doing DPS. Fucking Shy. Shy DPS. Oh, it's a joke. Sumish. Like some, like I don't expect them to top the charts. But you know, a little trickle off the top, you know, like I'm here. Like a little mosquito, like, hey, stop, Shy. Stop. That's why I don't bother with the mob grinding. Like, we used to be good, but apparently we were a little too OP and they had to nerf our DPS, but that's why I don't go out and mob grind on her anymore. You really feel the difference between the different classes and all. No, not really. Not really. And don't get me wrong, I main my shy. I can go out and do the grinding on my shy. It's just, I feel the difference between lower leveled characters with less AP, like in terms of like their weapons and everything. I can feel the difference even with them between the shy. Like, it's huge. It's massive. Like, for a while there, I had to switch off from my shy to my dosa and my scholar to do the compass grinds because it was just really, really, really that noticeable. Like, white knighting the class and all, like, yeah, sure. No, I'm talking about the shy. Yeah, I'm talking about the shy. Like, it's just, it ain't right. Like, I'd rather go on any other class. It's just that noticeable. Really, really, really that noticeable. Even with the nerfed classes that everyone says that PA broke and they need to buff and blah blah blah, like they still overshadow the fucking shy on DPS and just, ooh, we can buff you. Ooh. But in terms of like being a decent mob grinder, I'll argue with you on that one. Like, we can do it. It's just, how much do you hate your life? And I main my shy. Like, I love my shy. I just know when I grind on my shy, I am not doing the faster mob grinding, and it will take me a lot longer to kill all of the mobs and the lower geared alt that I have. And it sucks. But that's just the way it is. You know, that's how the character was built. I used to do all of my grinding on my wizard, and then the shy came out. I did all of my grinding on the shy. Then she got nerfed, and I switched over to no class. I stuck to my shy up until the scholar, the dosa, and just trying to go ahead and do other classes, just seeing what they offer. I should not be in the hunting area. That's not going to work out in my best interest. Oh, they didn't rebuff anything. You'd probably have to check. I normally only know my shy when it comes to buffs and nerfs and shit like that, and they usually don't touch the shy. To them, the shy is pretty much done. Like, they've moved on with the whole concept and the idea. That's why we don't get any of the costume boxes, or you don't get included in the like newer little updates. And if you do, it's like a little bandage, like, oh, we can't swap. Okay, well, in order to go ahead and combat not being able to swap, you'll have to pay 32 bill. Oh, that does not really incentivize me to main my shy and swap other characters. That one. Was it, no, not twirl. Hold on, hold on. Which one? Which one? Which one? No, protective area. Reveals hidden. Could be a morph skill. Well, there's two of them. There's two of them. Hold on. There's the bubble that comes up, and then you have the one that spins it around. I gotta figure out which one it is. Not that one. Yippee. Tuck and roll. God damn it. Yeah, it might be that one. Yeah, this one right here. Yes, right here. Movement speed, accuracy, evasion, attack damage. Yeah, no. No, it doesn't say taunt. Not that one. Maximum 10 targets for covers, damage, PvP only, DP or DP, recovers HP, crit rate. Yeah, because that'd be the other one. Evasion, accuracy, super armor, but you got one that pulls, but doesn't taunt. Let's see, pushes. Oh, that's just an AoE, dude. Just the AoE, that's all. Not taunting. I was like literally looking for like a taunt or anything. Yeah, no, AoEs. See? Got it. Doesn't taunt anything. They're still just standing there. That's why I was confused. I'm like, shy with a taunt? Never. If anything, you know, we have like, we might get another play dead type skill, but taunting? Hell no. Yeah, no, they didn't want the shy being a tank or trying to do any type of tanking. Like I said, the shy was doing a little bit too much DPS originally, and they had to nerf it down. Let me find out how much. Um, let's see, I think it was 2019. Yeah, people are saying at least 17% since the with their one little nerf that they came out. Come out, come out. Okay, this one. Yeah, for hold on me. I'm trying to get it active. Okay. Oh, I'd probably have to actually put it on my thing. Interesting. Yeah, I don't really, if it's a hotbar skill, unless it's the one that'll actually like suck everything up closer to me with the vacuum, I really don't deal with it. Yeah, it's a hotbar. And so I'm like, I knew the whole walking around with it. It's just, it's no longer able to be like procced. You have to actually like put it on the hotbar now. I don't know how many times I accidentally clicked the did the wrong button combination, and this bitch started walking around with their fucking Vitaclari. Like, what are you doing? You have monsters fucking hitting the fuck out of you, and you want to parade around with your damn glowing snow globe? Yeah, two top 30 chests. Got it. Yeah, I gotta make some drafts now. Where's all the knock at? Gotta keep an eye on the time too, because I still gotta cook and clean, all that good stuff. Yeah, where the fuck is all this knock at? I've been running like fucking Forrest Gump, looking for all of the damn stones, and I'm getting shit. Don't tell me they're gonna take me around the riverbed. Please don't tell me. All the herbs, we can go ahead and run past that. Back up. Oh, wild herb. Damn it. Same problem gathering Delosha. Yeah, no, the BDO Codex has all of these locations, and I'm running to all of these locations, and all these locations don't have the Noc Ore readily available. They want me to jump into the water like I am not gonna fucking swim with ankle deep water to do all the mining. Like, look at this shit. Like, really? I know, I'm gonna have to get on my little shark costume in order to do any of the knock gathering out here. That's some baby back bullshit right there. That is not right. So yeah, guys, once I get the subscription for my RuneScape, I am going to be doing the hardcore Iron Man run. I need to feel like getting items or doing any type of life skilling has some type of meaning. We'll be doing that and our Bitcraft. The material values and everything in this game just really, it doesn't scratch that itch. It doesn't scratch that importance. Like, you know, you're doing something that's really, really meaningful. And for me, I'm just gathering. It's both irritating and funny. Yeah, no, it really fucking is. It really is. Like, damn, can I get some like size, like stilts or something? Give me a ladder. I think for gathering treasure, I think the shy deserves to get a ladder, like a little step stool. Don't judge me. All right, every so often I like to gather flamingo blood. And it'll always be one of the materials that I'll use to show just how random and more of a variety we had on the life scaling back in the day. Like when you are dedicate gear enhanced for your guild. Oh, fuck them. Fuck those losers. No, I'm kidding. This is a solo game, man. This best solo game you'll ever play. Other than guild missions and talking in the chat, bro, like, when was the last time you really played with anyone? I hate it. And that's another reason why I am wanting to go ahead and do other games to scratch those itches. I'm tired of being solo. Yeah, the best solo MMO you'll ever play. Like, Eve is the best MMO you'll never play because you spend most of your time offline skilling, and maybe after a year or two you might be ready to jump in. Like, but if you go into Eve, you know this, and or you are given a warning like your first few early days. You know, it's not something that is just surprise. Most time people will tell you, yeah, a lot of it will take you a while, and then explain why, and then show you a video on the history of the game, and it's either you get hooked on it or you don't. But like the best game you'll never play. I paid for my sub for 2.5 years just to go ahead and get all the skills needed to go ahead and eventually play it. And that was my understanding going into it. My understanding was if you were going to play Eve, you were going to have to go ahead and skill up, and it will take days, months, weeks, years to go ahead and get certain skills. And in order to really get a leg up in the game, you would need to do blah, blah, blah. So like I did the minimal play to unlock this skill or unlock that skill, buy this one, get the money together to buy that and blah, blah, blah. And then I just set it up for a 2-year queue or a year queue or something, and just paid for the sub. I'd go in, double check everything, had the app to go ahead and re-queue up more skills, and I trained up my mining. And it's like, unfortunately for this game, like, yeah, I talk highly on just how much money you can make with your mining, your different types of gathering, your life skills and all, but when you get better with your mining and your gathering, like, do you really feel the progression? Like, do you feel the difference between gathering at G1 to G50? Like, yeah, the little bonuses will start to trickle in every so often, but do you really feel like there's a huge progression between the two? Like, when you get your mastery, like, I don't really feel like there's a huge, like, feel when it comes to your mastery and going past 2K. Like, yeah, for what they tell me, there's a bonus and I should be, like, feeling it and all. It's just, I don't really feel like there's a huge progression there. Like, it's meaningful. It's not like, oh, how on RuneScape, if you get a dragon pickaxe, you know you're a good miner. You know, if you got your mining set, you know, you put a lot of time into the mining and you put the time and the effort into it. People are looking at it like, man, I wish I had that. Like, you don't get that effect here in Black Desert, and they make sure to make it more and more and more so you don't have any type of identity. And I need that identity. I need a way to go ahead and show what I can do, what I am, who I am, and not just be a carbon copied shy with the same costume as everybody else, just in a different fucking color. You know, doing the same exact thing for basically no type of real meaningful progress. Like, oh yeah, you made 3 bill. What is that 3 bill gonna do for you? Like, right now, what is that 3 bill? What can that 3 bill buy you when your gear's looking like, oh fuck, 48 bill? Oh, that's the max. I can't do anything with that. But, oh, 80 bill. What is your 3 little chump change bill gonna do? It's like fucking Bill Gates pulling out a stack of fucking 500s and wiping his asshole with it every fucking morning. Like, what is that really gonna do? Like, is that really gonna put a dent in his money? Like, it doesn't, there's no progression. There's no real sense of, like, bragging. Ooh, I made this amount of money with my trade crates. And Ricky just swiped his credit card and sold costumes for less time and made more than you. How do you feel? It's like I got no real sense of like identity. Ooh, you grinded for bills of hours and you're level 66 and blah blah blah. That doesn't mean shit in this anymore. PvP is pretty much fucking dead. You know, um the gear, god, you're just swiping your credit card for crons to get better gear to eventually do the exact same standing around or running around in a circle in a different environment, maybe different music, a reskinned mob of every other fucking mob. Like, there's just no real sense of like achievement or bragging rights or prestige or even personality. Like, I don't even have a sense of personality. Oh, well, maybe you should get the jeans. Maybe that'll give you a sense of personality. Like, there used to be, like, so many different varieties of accessories that we had you know, a choice of using. You could either use this one. You could either do that one. All these different weapon choices that you can go ahead and choose. And now it is just straight. It's dumbed down, simplified, and made easier for the newer players to jump in. And for me being a veteran player, I don't have that challenge anymore. It's not a challenge to make a bill. It's not a challenge to go out and do this or do that. I know that it's just chipping away, chipping away, chipping away at nothing. Oh yeah, the Prion doesn't break either. Cool, great, you don't break, but what's the point in even upgrading Prion? All the buffs that you give out and the food and shit will go ahead and get me to my 3K. So at what point, like, why bother even throwing the money into the crons? Now you just lost your sense of identity with your life skill gear. They're removing the silver embroidered, so no longer is there a choice between the life skill gear. You start out with your Logia, you move on to your blue, or you move on to your red. That's just it. There's no in between. There's no variety. There's no sense in like, well, I'm gathering using this because of this, blah, blah, blah. No, it's just you're out there and you're gathering. You know, you look at other games and you have different avenues you can go ahead and arrive at the same point. For here, it's you got a credit card. Now we're talking. That's why I refuse to play or pay for the subs. I'm not doing it anymore. That's way too much money for what? To compete against what? I don't have like, yeah, it's who has the better job. And I can't afford that. Clearly, I don't have the better job. And clearly, I think my money should be better spent on something that would go ahead and give me more justification or value my time more as a player than the price of a new game here every single month for nothing. About the bonuses suck. Yeah, or the biggest trust fund. Yeah, you know, like I'm gonna get like 48K cron stones and blah blah blah. I'm gonna get 60K and that's gonna be my weekly little limit for just the crons. Weekly limit? What? That's a weekly limit for you? Nope. Your boy's a broke bitch. Your boy is a broke bitch and I cannot compete like that. But you know what I can do? I can play some old school RuneScape where all of the items and the things that I do matter. I can go ahead and start an Iron Man or hardcore Iron Man account so every action and every achievement that I do really, really matters and it weighs heavily on me more so than I guess I'll have to get a better job so I can swipe more. Like that, I can do. And what better way than to get our worker empire started, get it all ready to go ahead and passively make me money throughout the month. I can minimize this over there at the Termian Beach and do my AFK fishing and play a different game where they value my time and my input and my feedback and, you know, other games where they do community polls to vote what's the next feature that they should go ahead and add or take away or change or anything of the such to go ahead and make the game better for the players and not better for the wallet. I try to play it in a old school manner, but you have to understand that they made a lot of the systems and a lot of the ways to do that like not available. Like you try to play it in a Iron Man way and you're given free items. You're given so many free items that your grind for gear is meaningless now. I tried to do the Iron Man account on my other shy, and they gave me a free T9. They gave me the Black Star, all of the gear. They gave me all of this shit for free, and it really made my old school MMO feel shatter. There was no working with the community. There was no playing with others. There was no putting time and effort and sweat and tears into the progression. They handed it off in the mail. Here you go, man. I heard you're trying to be an Iron Man, so here, why not have yourself a free let's see 10 boss gear if you want. Oh, that's not enough. Here, I heard you're playing Iron Man, so let's give you a Radiant Start box ×2. Like, sorry. Black Star this, Black Star that, free Garmy Heart this, free Garmy Heart that. Like, I get you're trying to keep the players in and all, but you can't play BDO in an old school way because of how many free items that they give out to try to incentivize you to continue playing or come back into the game. To pen them out back in the day, how do you think they felt? Exactly. How do you think anyone felt, you know, getting their pen Kazarka? I finally got it. How do you feel they gave out a free better weapon than back in the day? After you did all that, you wailed back in the day. And the hat would have got a lawyer. Yeah, no, I didn't touch the pay-to-win aspects until Cacao stopped publishing. Once Pearl Abyss got back the publishing rights, I went ahead and finally put the money into the game and started getting my account ready for not having the value pack. Not even gonna lie to you. It's always been a plan and an idea to not pay for the value pack anymore, not to go ahead and dump any more money into it. Just to be able to get myself set up to jump into the game and play, because it was originally a buy to play game. You buy, you played, you enjoyed, not buy to swipe. It's not a gacha game. Yeah, Cacao. Back when Cacao had publishing rights and everything, when they pushed for this and they pushed for that, and Pearl Abyss tried to push back. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Pearl Abyss, initially, they did try to push back on all of the pay-to-win methods and all the swiping and everything, and then somewhere along the lines, after they got their publishing rights, they dropped the ball. they were giving out pearl items, pearl items, pearl items, and then as the year went on, the little bonuses, the event stopped. They trickled down to maybe like once a year and eventually just stopped altogether. And then we got Jay entered the whole public spotlight, and when everyone started bitching and complaining, that's when we started getting more of the pearl items and stuff back again. Yeah, and it is more focused about mob grinding and PvP, where EU is more focused on the life skilling. I originally regretted starting on NA because I heard about all the life skilling that the other region was doing, and then as the stories started coming out about how it was so difficult to go ahead and start selling anything on the market because of just the amount of players going out and doing the gathering and stuff, like, I dodged that bullet, but at the same time, their community is more oriented around it, and it's like, ah, I want that feel. You don't get that here. Back in the day, it was Black Desert was definitely a different game. And that's why I say the only game to ever have any type of competition with it was Arcade. Back, like, in the day before Arcade Unchained or whatever the updates were and changes and all that dumb shit. Like 2000, what was it, like 17 Arcade? Like that could compete with the 2016 Black Desert. Yeah, like when the beta 3, beta 2, beta 3, and partial beta 4 Arcade, that was on par with Black Desert, and no other game has ever scratched that itch other than RuneScape. Like, New World, they started to, but they dropped the ball heavily when they didn't want to listen to any of the player feedback. The Medea patch, yo, when they opened up the first zone, I remember sitting there going up to the Serene Spring, just trying to imagine the zone. What is it going to look like? Oh my god, let me look it up on Korea. Oh man. Yeah, Pirate Island when that was first new. Yeah, I know. Fun fucking times. You had Kazarka, and then you had Karanda. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna bash any of the mastery changes. I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh, they should have did it differently and blah blah blah. Like, I am glad that they changed gathering around. Gathering back then was fucking bad. Like, real bad. Why am I gathering covert? No, stop that. I played Wizard when the game first came out. I played an old-ass wizard back when the only option to play a wizard was an old-ass, fucking scraggly-ass looking homeless man. I think my Valk is an Awakened. I'm not really sure. I have to check on her. Yeah, I did the whole 1 month free WildStar, you know, doing the sub. You know, when you bought the game, they gave you back in the day, they gave you the 1 month to go ahead and try it out at its full capabilities and not paywall restricted. I did it. I had a lot of fun up until I got to the end game. Once I got towards the end game, it lost the appeal. It didn't have that feel to me. Everything started getting into the whole, you'll be doing your gathering crafting up until a certain point, and then your dungeons and your raids will go ahead and overshadow it. there was no reason to gather and craft after that. Oh, you want a house and all that? To really use your gathering crafting, it costs money. And then everything was all swiped for the furniture and the dimensions and blah blah blah, and then the player base turned on it, and it was just bad. Yo, I miss my T2 horse that they got rid of. I had that thing from like day one. The other one that they gave out for my, I think it was my archer, or the ranger, whatever yeah, the archer. Or no, I started the Musa second. I had him, and he's now my T10 Artie. Yeah, it went to T6. Like, I lost it. The other one, I leveled up from the level 2 all the way up to a T10. That's my Artie that I have currently. You know, back when there was a whole bragging right on it. Like, back when it was cool to be able to say, yeah, this is the starter one. This is the first horse that I got for the pre-order bonus. I got the Doom and the Peggy too. I'm still struggling on getting my Donnie. Every attempt keeps fucking failing miserably. I'll get it eventually. All right, let me use the bathroom real fast, and we're gonna continue going out there and gathering. T9. Yeah, I got the 2 T9s that I'm trying to throw in. I want that sugar. I mainly want the sugar, and eventually, whenever we get the T11s, you know, I'll get the dad horse, the sad fucking excuse for a T11. But I'll be right back, everyone. All right, all right. Okay. You often regret starting on NA over EU for some difference on how the communities are. Yeah, that's exactly what I regret sometimes. just the overall feel of the community. Because I'm not a mob grinder. You know, I don't do the whole mob grinding, so it's not something that I'm really focused in on, and a lot of us are, that's all we focus on, PvP, mob grinding. And I don't really have others to really enjoy that with over here on NA. You know, most of the life skillers and everything that watch me is from EU, you know, SA, other regions than NA. Like very, very, very few NA players, you know, are out there life skilling. You want that all? We can use the AFK mount trainer. I don't know. I miss the complexity of the game. I'm tired of everything being unified and dumbed down. It's all I can, whenever I hear that word now, that's all I could think of is they're dumbing it down. Let's see. Do not mean to gather that, but everlasting herb I'll take. Damn. But I can gather it. Keep an eye on my buffs. Oh. I should probably be careful where I am. Taking a look at those guys, I think they would probably whoop my ass in my gathering gear. I don't know about you guys, but they just give me that aggressive feel. And I do have a blue map on me, so I can teleport all the way to Grana to save me the time and effort. First time you ever seen a shy. Oh, they're not really gonna whoop my ass. Never mind. I thought they would. Look at them. That's cute. Trying to kill me in my gathering gear. They were AP shy. They 3-shotted you. Yo, there was this one time that I was over there. You know where the lambs are? I guess the alpaca quest to, I guess in Duvenkroon, the mountain overlooking Duvenkroon. Oh, is where I was at now. Nice. I was over right about here overlooking the town of Duvenkroon, and a shy doing the quest came up and tried to kill me and sat there swacking me, whapping me, nothing. She finally ran off. I'm like, wow, okay, you're weak as shit. But what type of life skill gear are you trying to swap? It all depends on that. Are you talking the actual like costume from the Pearl shop? Because if you're talking costumes from the Pearl shop, the only way to go ahead and do something like that would be going into your loyalty, scrolling all the way down, and you have the option to go ahead and for the cost of 7.5k loyalty, you can exchange your the Dum Splat, Favilla, and the Vanilla. Those are the only ones that we are able to exchange. And it is a one-time limit. Once you use it, that is it. And it will go ahead and renew some of the... Oh, you just move it over. Your Manos clothes can be stored in storages, and you would just throw it into storage and you clip it onto a character like that. Or you can use a maid to move it onto your character, or yeah, you can even throw it into your central market if you don't have it branded, and you can move it to your other characters like that too. And they did make it so you can move off the items from the character select UI. You don't have to actually go into the character to move it off of them. So as a demonstration, I can go ahead and take that using one made. Go ahead and speed up the whole moving it off. Another option that you have is they're removing the bag, so I can't even give that option. Shit. Yeah, no, with the Mana's clothes and the accessories, you'll still have to move it off just like with your normal combat gear. They're removing the bags to go ahead and store your costumes. The seed bag. Oh, that little joke of a bag. That funny thing. Oh, the seed bag. Oh, God. Yeah, let me offer my insight on the seed bag. Where do I start? Oh, for the simple fact that it's really embarrassing that our little seeds in the central storage would, the central market would go ahead and stack. You know, is already one hit towards the bag. All right, we're already doing bad here. All right, so we can't stack in the storage, but we can stack it in the central market, and we can't even stack them in the bag. They're single stacked in the bag. Strike 2. Strike number 3. I don't know if any of you guys have ran out there to do any of your farming and all, but you'll quickly realize that you can't plant any of the seeds that are in your bag. You have to move them out of your bag. Strike number 3. Like, no, the bag was just a consolation prize, just another thing to go ahead and take time out of something that could have used the actual time and effort. Like, nah, that I have my gripes with the bag. I'm not even throwing the bag on my ult. For all intents and purposes, I unlocked the bag just to unlock the bag. Yeah, no. No, I'm not gonna thank them for not being able to do their coding right. I'm not gonna thank them for not being able to do their promise that they gave us 2 years ago. Nah. Nah, it's not a... I was gonna say, like, I am not gonna thank them for thinking that they can go ahead and promise us something, not even do what they promised, and then have them pat their backs like they did a good job. And then the whole community, the whole game player base is like, oh, they did great. That's the best addition to farming ever. You guys did amazing. Like, it doesn't mean anything. Like, if you have too many farms, like the full 10, you quickly fill up that 50 slot. They could at least made it stackable. They could at least, you know, gave us the seed of abundance to go ahead and want to do anything else with the yellow grade seed. So, you know, we could either choose to store them, or we could, you know, make them into the red. Yeah, no, like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna thank them for giving me a bag to do something that the central market can do. Oh wait, no, the bag doesn't do what the central market does. So like, that's why I'm like, why are we praising them? Like, why are we gonna like have them pat themselves on the back and say it was a good job when the seed bag doesn't even allow you to stack the shit? You know what I mean? Like, You had one job. You made a promise 2 years ago. Like, a 2-year promise that you keep breaking. It's like, I don't know, if the wife or the husband keeps cheating and they keep telling you that they're not going to do it again, next time's going to be different, how many times are you just sit there and believe them? How many times oh yeah, you're right, it'll be different. Like, you've already lied to me. You promised me something. You promised me something 2 years ago. You fell through on that promise, and now you're gonna sit there and try to give me a bag of chocolates and a stack of fucking roses every time you go out and fuck another MMO. Like, what? Whatever happened to the Berserker specializations? Their little stances. Remember that? Their animal forms? Tiger form, bull form, whatever the other fucking one was, tiger or whatever the fuck it was. Like, whatever happened to them? Like, I'm sorry. Like, after a while, there's only so many times that you can sit there and lie to me and have me, like, sit there and praise you. Like, you're gonna promise me something. Like, at least promise me. Fuck. Like, just don't lie to me. Don't expect a high five or anything when you give me a fucking consolation prize. Like, I'm sorry, I ran a race. I don't want a little 10th place ribbon. I wanted the fucking trophy. I wanted a medal. Not a congratulations, you showed up. It's not even like crying wolf either. It's not even crying wolf. It's the best way I can describe it is a cheating spouse. That's the best way I can describe it. I sit there and tell you whatever you want or whatever you want to hear. They'll promise you whatever you want to go ahead and stick around. They'll go ahead and put on a show, make it look like everything's different. And then you get the flowers and the chocolate and the the watch or the ring or the necklace. Hey, baby, I was thinking about you. It was a long day. You're really on my mind. Just like getting a T10 horse, getting a free T9. You get the black stars for free. Baby, it'll be okay. It won't be like last time. Which promises are gonna fall through? Just saying, which one? Which one of the Heidelberg Ball promises are not gonna come to fruition? And how many players are gonna sit there and pat them on the back? And it's a shame because Black Desert is the only game on the market to have the level of life skilling and freedom that it does. Hands down, no comparison, fight me on it. Other than RuneScape that gives you a real sense of progression, there is no other game on the market. I'm thinking it's gonna be it'll probably be the mount that will fall through because the class they can make $10 on. For anyone who doesn't have the extra character slot or is willing to delete their characters, they can easily make money on that. The new horse, though, yeah, the money from training and breeding has died down significantly, so there's really no money to be had there. They can make a little trickle, so it's not really their focus, hence why they really didn't put much effort into a T11 horse. Let's just copy and paste them all together and yeah, we'll call it a day. They'll fucking eat that shit up. Yeah. Yeah, I heard they're a biz. I also heard other single player games that give you 99% of the content for free is also a business too, and they make a lot more. They're a lot more successful. Saying. I'm saying we can't really do that, because if we're going by that logic, you know, there's several other MMOs out there that give you 75% of the game for free with minor microtransactions, you know, and they're still a business and they're still successful. So no, that has nothing to do with anything about, oh, well, they're a business, so they have to. No, they're grimy. What do you mean trading? There's only one trading. There's only crate trading now. Oh, sorry, McHead. Like, there's no active trading. It's called money hungry. That's what they are. Yeah, like, see, Cookie, like, I can't sit there and try to throw shade at BDO for this or that, other than, you know, their pay-to-win practices and the fact that they're not valuing the time of the players. There's other games out there that do such a fucking bad job with the game in general, or the life skills, or just their monetization, or there's something. There's always something with another game, or it's always worse. Like, there's not many games that can compete with Black Desert, unfortunately. Greed. Greed for the win. It's unfortunate, but it is the case. I know a lot of people are looking forward to what are the new rounds of the games that are being touted as the end all beat all MMOs, the last MMO to ever come out, the MMO that's going to kill X MMO, insert MMO's name here. You got Aeon 2, that's one that I see a lot of creators been making content on. You got this other game called Architect. Oh, people are still making videos on Chrono? I thought it was just like one half of Reddit that was still trying to defend it. Yeah, after the beta test. Yeah, no, after the beta test, I stopped hearing a lot of the creators trying to argue against it being any type of BDO life skill killer. Especially when all of the comparisons to New World started getting posted up and shit like that. And, you know, the wool got removed from people's eyes. Yeah, they pirated software the world. No, I'm kidding. All allegedly. Don't sue me. No, I'm sorry. Like, I played New World. I played New World. I was there for the beta and all. Like, I played New World's beta, and I did. No, I doubt that it got sued. I don't believe what a fucking Reddit poster will go ahead and post up or anything. But I do know Chrono was copyright striking people's music. I got my music copyright struck for the live stream that I did, which is why I won't touch it again. Because if you're gonna copyright strike, yeah, if there's no like content creators making videos and trolling them and blah blah blah, like, it's pretty much a nothing burger. I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not gonna chase it down or anything like that. But the whole copyright music and striking down everything, I have it on my community tab, the screenshot of my copyright strike for the stream. So, and I'm pretty sure if you go check on my stream, it'll have muted segments, like 18 different muted segments. But yeah, I did the New World open beta. Or not the open beta, the little beta test, or beta 3, I think it was. And looking at their beta test and looking at the Chrono test, I'm sorry, but New World had a lot more functionality and had less problems than Chrono did during their beta test. And if New World failed on release, it didn't it didn't do well that first month after, and they are now teetering at their 5K, having to re-release themselves as a solo player RPG, like on the console, no doubt. I kind of don't have a good feeling about Chrono. I mean, you're following the exact same path, but you're doing less. The strobing, the auto-targeting camera kept going straight up, and it would make the fighting difficult. You could only use certain weapon combinations, or it just, the combat was not performable. Like, I went through everything during my live stream. You know, I wasn't going to sit there and listen to what this guy on Reddit said or what this content creator was paid to say. Like, I wanted to go ahead and show everyone, like, here's what it looks like in real time and why I'm not going to get excited for it. Like, everyone wanted me to try it out. So I was like, all right, I'll go ahead and try it out. It's a free beta. And after I put what, like, 4 or 5 hours into it, I decided to pay $40 for a beta test for a different MMO. Sorry. Like, you know, my faith in a game is so shot when I'd rather go pay $40 to test out a different game. I'd rather pay money and not do the free test. You know that says something. And I have played MMOs. I think my first MMO I played was Ultima Online, and I started back in 1997 or 98. Like, I played so many fucking MMOs. I have no faith in it. I hope they surprise me, they turn around and make it into a cyberpunk type of situation, but I have no faith in it. Your actions speak louder than your little developer posts and all that. You already gave us a 1-year-old build and told us that the feedback that we're giving will go ahead and help it, even though that build is no longer needed and you made all the improvements on the later build. So why are we even giving the feedback and testing it out? Oh, and you're telling me that after this test that this game's supposed to be coming out later on this year, you're telling me that this shit is ready? Oh, just flip some knobs and adjust some sliders and this game will be the best game that'll ever. Let's take a look at New World. Let's take a look at New World's crafting. Let's take a comparison to Chrono Odyssey's crafting. Let's take a look at the fact that you don't need to do any of the gathering and the crafting, and you can just go out there and do the mob grinding and get the same drops that drop from the monsters from that. Damn, so I don't see how that life skill is going to go ahead and overshadow Black Desert's life skilling at all, not even in a 1% capacity. And taking a look at New World, seeing how New World did theirs, and they tried to be more immersive with their shit, and they still killed their own game. Like, don't know. Little bugs about beta. It's beta, but everywhere you go, bug. Yeah, I get the fact that there's bugs in the beta. I get the fact that we are testing out the beta. But when you compare two betas, when you compare two of the exact same games with a different coat of painting and a different company, and one is doing, you know, has more functionality, less bugs, and the animations, the lighting, and all this is not like an issue, and blah blah blah. Like, literally, they killed their game because they didn't listen to their feedback. Okay, they had a great foundation. They just didn't listen to the feedback that everyone gave for the beta, and then the first early 2 months when everyone was giving their feedbacks, how they went ahead and implemented it and how long it took for them to implement the feedback is what killed their company. Or not company, but killed their game. Taking a look at Chrono, you're coming out in a beta with less functionality, less features, less things available than the other beta, and your game's looking really shifty. It's looking buggy, and there's like no dime of polish with more bugs. Sorry, but I'm not going to sit there and try to join the other side of Reddit and white knight it and make all this content about how it's going to be the latest, greatest MMO to save the world. And you know, we're going to praise it and rejoice and everything. That's like saying Pearl Abyss will no longer have any of the $40 subs. Yeah, it could have been good. I'll give it that. It could have been good. Okay. They had great promise. They had great ideas. You know, take what New World had and try to improve upon it. But you became just another WoW clone. How many of you guys did all of those WoW clones? The 10 different, this is going to be the next WoW killer, but it just looked like a shittier dollar store version of WoW. You obviously did not do it better. What do you mean? What do you mean I didn't do it better? Oh, are you talking about the company? Yeah. No, you're fine. But yeah, no, they couldn't do that better, you know. You're fine. Me reading it. It's me, my translation. It's not registering in my head. But yeah, no, like you had one job and you couldn't even do that. You had the blueprint. You had a whole entire roadmap of what not to do. A whole entire game that you're copying that you can look at and be like, okay, well, they failed here. Let's go ahead and try to adjust it here so we don't have to do that and blah, blah, blah. And you couldn't do that. You couldn't even do your homework. And then you're going to come out and apologize and say, like, you know, it wasn't our fault. We didn't mean to do that. You know, it wasn't our intentions and blah, blah, blah. But yet we had an NDA and told all the creators and even went out and hand-selected certain creators to go ahead and advertise the game. It wasn't like, oh, you know, we're going to go ahead and pick, you know, this guy because he's in this genre. I'm going to pick that guy. No. They specifically chose the Korean MMO players. The creators that specifically deal with the Korean MMOs. That's why a lot of people don't, oh, well, I didn't hear about it from creators. Oh, I didn't even know creators were making it. Well, I mean, all of the creators here in Black Desert, all of them hyped it up. All of them talking about it's going to be the Black Desert Lifeskilling killer, and it's going to be the new MMO to shape the world, and they're doing wonders and going to cure cancer with their weird green shaped Shrek sized people running around. Oh, and then the tags changed on the game. It's no longer buy to play. And I don't want to hear shit about how, oh, well, beta test, they normally change it from buy to play to free to play to go ahead and get more people into it. No. They changed that shit because they realized that they're not going to be able to go ahead and charge $40, $50 for this goddamn game out of the box to go ahead and buy to play. Who's going to fucking pay to play? Like, no one wants to go ahead and buy their little $40 game and then hope next year the game will actually be playable. It'll be usable, or you're gonna go look on the Steam DB charts and find out that the game is so fucking dead that your 20-year-old dead grandma is like more alive. And no one even bothers doing that shit either. And no one's expected to. Like, I don't expect any of you guys to go ahead and sub. If you guys do, you guys do. I appreciate it and all, but not even like, is it required? So how are you gonna go ahead and charge players to go ahead and play when we already have that bad taste in our mouth? Your first impression is key. Whenever you go to a job or you go to meet someone, like a blind date or anyone of the such, you always want to look, you know, presentable, be on your best behavior, make sure you don't have any bugs crawling out of your hair. You're gonna make sure you don't smell like shit. You're gonna put on some perfume. You know, you're gonna look like the best fucking human being you could possibly look like. right then and there. I mean, whether the mask comes off afterwards, that's up to you, blah, blah, blah. But like, you know, your first impression is key. And if your first impression is pretty much a buggy, unplayable mess, you have no faith in a lot of the community, especially for those who was hoping for a game to replace the one that they're playing, and now they did their test and it just makes their original game feel a shit ton better, or makes that 20-year-old game look like a fucking jewel. Never do it though, because your face, oh, look at my face, not your face. On my oh yeah, unless they're trying to get that face reveal. Like, please get the, we're doing a sub train for the face reveal. Fucking dream. My God, yeah, fucking face reveals. Yeah, I know. I was like, fuck it, I'm just fucking revealing my... Well, I also did live streaming on YouNow prior to jumping on Twitch and YouTube too, so there was no option for a face reveal with me. I threw my ugly mug right in front of everyone and said, here's how I look. You're gonna fucking enjoy it, or you're gonna swipe off or something. And it's funny because the original reason why I started doing the whole live stream, I worked at a Burger King, and my general manager's son, he told me like, oh, you know, I'm on this app and you watch live streams and it gets real funny and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, okay, so like Twitch? He was like, yeah, like Twitch, but it's not for like games. You're like mainly socializing and it's funny. I'm like, I'm gonna go check it out. And I checked it out. I sat there, I looked at it, I was like, all right, it's interesting, you know, but I can't see myself sitting there trying to talk to people. You know, I can't really see myself as a sociable person, like sitting there talking to a camera for hours on end. No one wants to sit there and talk to a camera. Hold on, my chat kind of fucked up. Because the noise. I have no idea what you mean by. Help me out here, translate for me. But yeah, I sat there, I looked at the app, and it looked very, very interesting. But no, it's just, you know, anyone's self-conscious. Whenever you're trying to decide, like, if you're to do like YouTube or anything in front of people, no matter who you are, you get self-conscious, like how you talk, how you look, how you dress, how you perceive yourself. Like, it'll always be something that anyone will always, yeah, you ask away, but it'll always be something that, you know, people always struggle with and shit like that. And I was like, oh, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna go ahead and live stream. And I got really, really hooked on it. Really, really hooked on it, and they started killing the website, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna join Twitch. And I decided to do YouTube at the same time, and I never left. It's a great time. To be honest with you, like, starting out when you're first like streaming, no, you do not make as much money as a real legit job. Like, currently right now, because I'm not like, yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's not like demanding like a real job. Like, let's be real. Streaming and making content is like kindergarten compared to working at like a Burger King or a factory or cleaning people's houses or fucking farming and shit like that. Like, it is fucking trim spa compared to that. Like, I miss working. I really do miss going in. I used to be an RM, like a step before a GM in Wendy's. So I used to make a lot of money. But here, you know, unless you make a certain amount of views, you don't make as much money, you know, so you have to maintain the views and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, just starting out, unless you are hitting those viral clips and things like right out of the gate, it will take you a while to start earning that really good PewDiePie money, or being able to be like the one percenters over there on Twitch. But until you are one of those one percenters, you are not making any money on Twitch. Like, you're not making buku dollars. There's that whole idea of like streamers making like bank because they stream and everything. Yeah, once you hit a certain threshold, like, but for 99.9%, you're not going to be making it, and they know it. That's why they don't give out contracts anymore. I make enough to go ahead and pay my rent and have a little bit of money left over. You know, but again, I'm not a big streamer. I'm not a big content creator over there on YouTube and everything, and I understand that. No, it's just more like your charisma. If you are doing content that people value more than others and shit like that, you know. I mean, the layout has something to do with it, you know. The brighter, more colorful means more people's attention will be on your stream, but you have to be able to talk to them and entertain them. Like, one of the things that I first had to learn early on is don't just sit there and not talk. Even if there's no one talking, talk to yourself, talk to the camera, talk to the chat like if they were talking to you to facilitate people coming in and talking to you, or you're not going to really get anyone to jump in and you're not going to be making money. But yeah, like I said, like, for anyone that's like thinking that just every streamer makes buku dollars out of the gate, you will never be making the money that those top end streamers make. You know, you make money. I'm not saying like, you know, we're all poor and broke as shit, but, you know, if you happen to, you know, depending on, you know, your size, if you happen to get sued by another creator, you're not going to be able to, you know, afford it and have to start a GoFundMe, you know, all that dumb shit, because you don't have the funding and everything. You're not making those numbers. Like, you can always tell, like, if a streamer is putting up a GoFundMe because they can't afford to use their own money, you can tell how much that they normally make. You look at their view count and all, and you can get an idea of those who are doing less numbers, those who are doing less views and, you know, less traffic and everything, and you get an idea of what they're making. Yeah, and the whole acknowledging chat. Now, I will admit that, you know, my chat will go ahead and stop working sometimes. Like, I have to re-enable my Restream plugin, but that's because I'm going and using Restream and not doing like paying for the Streamlabs to go ahead and do it like through them. Okay, so on the rocks you mine, if the rock is bigger, no, it will give you the same amount. It's only going by your gathering mastery and your gathering item drop rate. Like, the size rock, it could be a small little pebble and it'll still give me, you know, the 26, or it could be a big one and give me less than 26. Let me see if I can go ahead and show you a demonstration. Yeah, all of it will have the same chances of, you know, doing the hedgehog proc, you know, the gathering item drop rate, all of that. It's just the texture, that's all. It's like when you look at the Lifeskilling pets, they all do the same shit. Like the life experience pets will all do the same thing, but they all have a different skin. That's all. You know, same rock, same chance, you know, different texture. And that applies to every single rock in the game, every single tree, everything. Like, the only thing that affects it is the mastery, your gathering item drop rate, your hedgy, your artifacts, things like that. The actual texture, the only thing that'll change is the loot table. Yeah, the hedgehog special proc. Let me see if I can proc it right here for you. No, normal. Normal. Fucking 50% proc rate. There we go. Let's see. Big ass rock, and I got less than 26. Nice, congrats. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I got one, turned it into the first tier of the infinite health potion, and then I got rid of it. Ooh, okay. I gotta start wrapping this up, looking at the time. Oh, lucky you. I couldn't take the time to do that. I bought my fully made infinite health and grinded out the mana. I got tired of doing the sprint on my shy and not having that mana regen. Like, when I was doing the gathering, like, when you're out there killing the lambs and everything, you use the stupid little mana and everything, and I got tired of, oh, I gotta wait before I go to the next pack. I gotta wait for the next pack. Now I can just keep running, hitting, gathering, hitting, running, gathering. Make potions on the side. Hell yeah, the treasure spots. Great place for the Artinas. Have those event running and head out there, start gathering your Artina and have a chance of getting the treasure items. If you don't get it, you're out there for the Artina anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But if you do, payday, let's go. All right, we're gonna head over to Grana and start getting the stream ended because I have to go cook, clean, and get all that stuff started. So let's telly and start getting everything sorted and see how much we've made. New player now too. If they don't want to grind, actually over spot, just do the monthlies. Yeah, that's what I'm like. They really ruined the sense of progression, the sense of like meaning when it comes to prestige. Just trying to set a name out for yourself. Like, oh yeah, he has like 12 of those potions. I can buy those. That's fine. I don't have to grind for them. So first things first, let's go to Dalishian. Where are you, Dalish? Dalishan. So you don't get too butthurt. I'm a vet with all of this too, and I don't get butthurt. I just play other games. Seriously, like, I get like real butthurt over it. Like, I'll voice my opinion and everything, but at the end of the day, like, it's just a game. They need me, I don't need them. So there's really no sense in like really getting all upset and thinking that it's a personal attack when you can just go put your time and money into going and playing another game. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier that way, right? Like, why cry? Why cry over spilled milk when you have a whole fucking cow there? Like, sorry. Like, pick up your gallon. I got a milk to go, or a cow to go milk. All right, while we do this, let's go ahead and take a look at how much money we've made. All right, 719.4. 48.7. 20.9. Do I have any fairy's breath? I do, but it's not really going to get me a lot. Gonna be 10, 20, 30, probably 30. Dota only spot for skin or money as skins on characters and their weapon skins. Yeah, it's kind of like this. The money comes from the crons and your outfits, and a lot of it is game breaking and really doesn't motivate me to go ahead and buy it. Like maybe if they did more fantasy oriented, more I feel like I am in the world type costume, I would go ahead and be more inclined to buy it. But they don't. You know, maybe if they made different life-skilling costumes to go ahead and give me a variety or give me a real reason to go ahead and swipe my money, I would go ahead and do it. But there's no visual appeal in running around in my fucking Gucci gang attire. Like, fuck out of here. I'm tired. I don't want to wear fucking Prada and Supreme when I'm running around killing dragons and shit. Like, that ruins the appeal. Like, what next? I'm gonna go over there to Valencia and there's gonna be a fucking Walmart chilling there. I'm gonna run to Heidel. There's gonna be a Target. Well, we know you guys like walking around like marketplaces and things. So in order to do all of your pearl shopping, it could be done over here. Like, sorry, no. It's not making me inclined to swipe my card. I don't really want to do it. You know, you get me a good costume and I'll buy it. Hands down. You get me a cool pet, I'll buy it. But if you're gonna give me a reskin thing that doesn't have the quality, eh. Potato sack that looks good on a shy. But I do have to I have to wrap this up. I have to go cook and clean. So unfortunately, I was only able to make about like posting everything on the central market. I'm gonna say 750 mil just on the sharps and the black gem fragments. Nothing too great. Nothing like to write home about because my rotation really fucking sucked. Like I could have done better in like say Aquilus Eye and channel changing. But I wanted to go out there and experience the whole Noc Ore gathering and see just what the fuss was about, how much money you can make, and blah, blah, blah. I'll have to go out, get a better rotation, and try it out for you guys again. But I think tomorrow is going to be a Snowfield... No, sorry. I'm not going to be able to stream tomorrow. I will be back Monday. Or not Monday, sorry, Tuesday. Yeah, my mastery is only 2.3k, nothing too extreme. And my processing is pretty low. But I'm also sporting around pen prion, well, minus the tet there, but all pen prion. And my tools are all but one pen. And I also stack all of my buffs too, so I don't use them when we get them for the events. I save them for when I really need to use them, so I don't have to worry about getting the enhancing attempts to get the 3k pop up. Let's go. Oh, you're in that old school stuff. Yeah, no, I'm in the latest, greatest silver sync that Pearl Abyss decided to go ahead and give us. That's the point in the game I am. But I'm gonna go ahead, get this ended off, guys. Yeah, I understand that. You are still getting started. That's why I am trying to help you out as much as I can, you know, so that you're not just floundering around or only thinking that you have to min-max and put money into the game to really get any enjoyment from it. Like, yeah, it'll help out, but you can still play it for free, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you all the different ways to go ahead and still get your enjoyment without having to invest in your little buffs and everything. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a great time. If you do need anything Be sure to check out the YouTube channel for more. Subscribe, turn on all those notifications so you know when I go live. When I post up any guides or shorts or anything like that, there's a lot. There's almost 400 videos for any type of life skilling that you may need. If there's not, go ahead and request it, and I'll go ahead and look in to see if I can go ahead and like make something for it. But if you're watching me over there on Twitch, be sure to follow me so you know when I go live. Again, huge shout out to all of my channel members over there on YouTube. You guys are amazing, and huge shout out to all of my subbies over there. You guys are also fucking amazing. If you guys are watching me over there on Twitch, huge shout out to all of my followers over there. You guys are amazing, and huge shout out to all of my subbies over there. You guys are also amazing. Like I said, I won't be on tomorrow, but I will be on the next day to do more gathering for my work or empire. So if you guys were enjoying that, be sure to come by again. And I will try to hop back on later for some Bitcraft online just to get some more progress done. Garmy Crest, find where best place for the Blackstone fragments. Oh, either do the gathering over like the butchering at Sheep Mountain, do the bear elk gathering, or you can do your sniper hunting or the matchlock hunting. Okay, keep that in mind. Best places for all of your black gem fragments, and you're concentrated over anything. Yeah, but I will see you guys Tuesday bright early in the morning for another Black Desert adventure. And hell yeah, I appreciate that, and I'm glad I could help you out. And if you guys did find any of this enjoyable, please like, share, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in a day. Keep gathering out there, everyone.